A secret American strategy for Iran has reportedly come to light, raising fresh questions over Washington's next military move in the region. A key American ally has dropped a major bombshell, making startling claims about President Trump's alleged new war strategy. Reports claim U.S. troops could soon be positioned to storm southern Iran, fueling fears of a dramatic military escalation. As indirect diplomacy continues, fresh claims have surfaced alleging that Trump's broader Iran endgame may now be taking shape. Amid the current pause in hostilities between the United States and Iran, speculation is rapidly growing over possible ground offensive. Iran-U.S. mediator Pakistan has alleged that Donald Trump may be preparing a limited ground operation inside Iran. These explosive allegations were reportedly made by Pakistani intelligence agencies, according to multiple media reports. Trump's proposed limited ground offensive would allegedly aim to seize parts of Iran's strategic southern coastline, claimed DPA. The alleged U.S. strategy would be to isolate Iran's coastal belt before any future peace agreement is finalized, said reports. A Pakistani official claimed recent U.S. deployments and troop movements indicate preparations for a possible ground campaign, reported DPA. Military experts have warned that any U.S. ground force would be highly vulnerable to Iran's missile barrages and drone strikes. These claims come even as mediators Pakistan and Qatar continue hosting indirect negotiations between Tehran and Washington. Iran is reportedly pushing for a permanent ceasefire with the United States and has rejected the idea of a limited truce. Earlier reports had also suggested that Trump could authorize a full-scale ground invasion of Iran as early as September. A former Iranian official has claimed the United States is preparing for a possible ground invasion of Iran. Askar Ibrahimi Azal told Iran International that Washington is building up military infrastructure across the Gulf region. The former deputy oil minister alleged that the U.S. is expanding its military presence in countries, including the United Arab Emirates. He also claimed that foreign mercenaries are being recruited as part of preparations for a potential future operation. Ibrahimi Azal alleged that any ground offensive could target Qeshm Island or other areas along Iran's southern coastline. He also identified Karg Island as another possible objective in any future U.S. military campaign. According to Ibrahimi Asl, Washington could delay any potential ground invasion until cooler weather arrives in September. As the Iran-America war restarts and tensions spike once again, a former Iranian minister has publicly suggested a daredevil military plan, hinting at a dramatic escalation on the battlefield. Manouchehr Mottaki has reportedly proposed launching a direct ground assault on a U.S. military base in the Middle East, a move that would mark a bold and risky new phase in Iran's strategy. Mottaki, who now serves as a parliamentarian, has gone further by reportedly saying that Iran must aim to abduct U.S. troops during such an operation, framing this as a way to change the war's dynamics. His explosive comments were reported by the Iran International News outlet on July 15, instantly igniting debate over whether Tehran might actually attempt such a high-stakes mission. After initially suggesting the abduction of around 100 Americans, Mottaki later escalated his rhetoric and called for taking thousands of U.S. personnel, dramatically raising the stakes in his proposed plan. He said, quote, "My proposal is that we launch a ground attack on one of the U.S. bases in the region, capture 100 Americans and bring them to Iran. We should launch a ground attack on U.S. military bases in the region, seize one of them, take thousands of American soldiers prisoner and bring them to Iran. We must begin the ground offensive, something the Americans threatened for a long time but never dared to carry out," unquote. Apart from a possible ground offensive, Trump is also reportedly considering operations targeting Iran's nuclear assets. Trump is reportedly weighing a high-risk special operations mission aimed at seizing Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium before it can be moved elsewhere. The stunning details of Trump's potential next operation against Iran were revealed in a report published by the New York Post on July 25. The proposed American operation would reportedly require thousands of troops to secure, occupy, and control Iran's heavily fortified nuclear facilities. Among the primary targets on Washington's list are the strategic nuclear sites at Isfahan, Fordow, and the deeply buried Pickaxe Mountain complex. Objective: seize and secure Iran's enriched uranium stockpiles before they can be relocated, concealed, or potentially weaponized. Mission type: a large-scale special operations raid supported by conventional military forces and extensive logistical coordination. Ground force: thousands of troops would reportedly be deployed to capture, secure, and hold multiple nuclear sites simultaneously. Primary tasks: clear access routes, breach fortified entrances, and neutralize explosive traps before specialist teams move inside. Special operations: elite units would spearhead the mission by locating, securing, and extracting sensitive nuclear material from underground facilities. Engineering support: military engineering teams would clear damaged structures, remove obstacles, and create safe access through heavily fortified complexes. Security: a layered defensive perimeter would be established around every captured site to repel counterattacks and protect the operation. Extraction: heavily guarded military convoys would transport the recovered nuclear material from the facilities to designated airfields for evacuation. Air requirement: the entire mission would depend on complete control of the air corridor to ensure uninterrupted troop movements and safe extraction. The proposed Special Operations Force would reportedly include SEAL Team SIXS Silver Squadron, along with the U.S. Army's 2nd Ranger Battalion. The U.S. Army's 21st Ordnance Company would reportedly be tasked with securing, handling, and transporting any enriched uranium recovered during the operation. However, the biggest challenge for the U.S. military would be carrying out such an operation deep inside Iran's hostile and heavily fortified nuclear complexes. Many of Iran's nuclear facilities are buried deep beneath mountains, making access extremely difficult even after sustained airstrikes. Recovering and securing highly enriched uranium would require extraordinary precision to prevent contamination, damage, or proliferation risks. American forces would have to conduct combat missions inside heavily defended hostile territory while facing constant threats from Iranian troops. Military engineers could be forced to cut through collapsed tunnels and bomb-damaged entrances before reaching the underground facilities. U.S. personnel would need to hold captured nuclear sites for an extended period while repelling repeated Iranian counterattacks. Every phase of the operation would require carefully timed withdrawals before Iranian reinforcements could surround or overwhelm American forces. Moving sensitive nuclear material out of Iran would demand secure convoys, air cover, and strict safeguards against interception or sabotage. Iran is reportedly preparing for what it believes could be an imminent American assault on its highly sensitive nuclear installation at Isfahan. Reports claim explosive traps have already been positioned around the Isfahan complex, while heavily armed perimeter forces remain on constant alert. Meanwhile, Pickaxe Mountain has reportedly emerged as Washington's newest priority target because of the advanced nuclear centrifuges believed to be housed there. Tunnels beneath Pickaxe Mountain, a move that could significantly strengthen the protection of its sensitive nuclear infrastructure. The assessment is based on Israeli intelligence findings cited in a report by the Wall Street Journal, which details concerns over Iran's post-war nuclear activities. According to the report, Israeli officials shared their intelligence assessment on Pickaxe Mountain with the United States, warning that Iran may have relocated critical nuclear equipment. The reported transfer is believed to have taken place after coordinated U.S. and Israeli strikes targeted several of Iran's key nuclear facilities during the conflict. Those military operations focused on Iran's 3 principal nuclear sites during the June 2025 conflict, aiming to disrupt Tehran's uranium enrichment capabilities. Israeli officials believe the centrifuges that survived the strikes were later moved deep underground, where they would be far better protected from any future military attacks. Officials caution that the reported relocation does not necessarily indicate Iran has established a new underground enrichment facility, but rather reflects an effort to secure existing equipment. The equipment may instead have been placed inside hardened underground tunnels to shield it from possible future U.S. or Israeli airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear program. The Wall Street Journal cited both Israeli and U.S. officials familiar with the intelligence assessment, although the findings have not been publicly released by either government. Iran has so far made no public comment on the reported relocation of centrifuges to Pickaxe Mountain or the intelligence claims outlined in the report.